President Uhuru Kenyatta is retiring next year. And the president is keen on stopping his deputy, William Samoei Ruto, from succeeding him as the next president of the Republic of Kenya. And because the president doesn't have options within his own political party, he advised the NASA core principals, that is Kalonzo Musyoka, Moses Wetangula, Raila Odinga, and Musalia Mudavadi, to unite and agree on a single presidential candidate. And that he was willing to do everything possible to ensure that that single presidential candidate succeeds him in 2022. The president went further and shared the NIS report, intelligence report. And that intelligence report showed that Raila Odinga was ahead of the pack. And the president then advised the NASA co-principals or the One Kenya Alliance principals to rally behind Raila Odinga. They've met actually twice, and another meeting is scheduled for this week. But the One Kenya Alliance movement leadership is not willing to listen to what the president is telling them. They are not keen on supporting Raila Odinga. And one question which Kenyans really asked was the motive behind the One Kenya Alliance or movement. Because if you look at the One Kenya Alliance movement and NASA, you can say that NASA was much bigger based on the fact that NASA had Raila Odinga. So Kenyans really questioned why Kalonzo, Weta, and Mudavadi left NASA coalition to go and form One Kenya movement and joined by Gideon Moi. This group is now setting conditions for Raila Odinga. And they've set very tough conditions, which I don't think Raila Odinga is going to accept. So in this video today, I want to explain to you or to show you the conditions, which are very tough, which the One Kenya Alliance movement have set for Raila Odinga ahead of 2022 general election. And basically, these conditions are supposed to be met this week because they are meeting President Uhuru Kenyatta again. But before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, I want you to take a second or two and click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. What we do on this channel is simple. We analyze politics in a way you can't find any other place. So the best thing you can do is to click the subscribe button. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Now let us get back to the main issue. If I want to ask you just this simple question, between Kalonzo Musyoka, Musalia Mudavadi, and Raila Odinga, who do you think stands a chance of becoming the next president of the Republic of Kenya? Or let me put it this way. Between those three gentlemen, I'm removing Moses Wetangula because Moses Wetangula is comfortable remaining the senator of Bungoma. Kalonzo, Mudavadi, and Raila. One of them facing William Samoei Ruto. Who do you think has the best chance of competing against the deputy president? Assuming all of them are supported by any of them. If Kalonzo is chosen, then Kalonzo is supported by Raila and Mudavadi. If Mudavadi is chosen, Mudavadi is supported by Raila and Kalonzo. And if Raila is chosen, then he's supported by Kalonzo and Mudavadi. Who do you think among those three stands a chance of defeating William Ruto? Maybe we need to do another specific video based on figures and based on scenarios. Because, for example, one thing I know for sure is that if Raila Odinga were to run and supported by Kalonzo, even if Mudavadi is not there, then Raila Odinga will have a chance. The other thing I know for sure is that if Kalonzo Musyoka were to run, then you can't guarantee the Western Bloc returning that favor. Ruto will have a fighting chance, for example, in Western and even in Nyanza. And if Musalia Mudavadi were to be appointed, then the chance of Mudavadi succeeding, in my view, is also very high. Because Luos might support him, and he will also get good support, my assumption, from the larger Mount Kenya region. But that has not been tested. But that's the assumption. But there are certain conditions for Raila Odinga. Why are they setting conditions for Raila Odinga? They are setting conditions for Raila Odinga because in 2013 and 2017, they supported Raila Odinga. And according to them, Raila Odinga ought to have supported them again based on their arrangement. And the fact that they also claim that Raila Odinga betrayed them by not sharing with them the political party's funds. But the conditions they are setting, I want you to listen to those conditions. Very funny conditions. And nobody in politics can actually take them. The first condition which they are setting for Raila Odinga is that they want to zone. They want to zone regions. And that ODM party will not sponsor a candidate in some regions. For example, they are saying that in Ukambani, ODM should not sponsor a candidate. If I were to advise ODM party, I would agree with that condition. Because, of course, Kalonzo Musyoka supporting Raila Odinga is more important than Raila Odinga's party sponsoring a candidate in Ukambani. Because the chance of ODM candidate winning in Ukambani is very small. So, in my view, that's acceptable. And they're also saying that when it comes to Bungoma County, then Bungoma is reserved for Moses Wetangula. Bungoma, Trans Nzoia. Again, which is fine. Weta has a presence in Bungoma. But ODM party also has a presence in Bungoma. In fact, in the last election, there are so many ODM supporters who strongly believe that Raila Odinga betrayed them by allowing them to, by not sponsoring candidates in Bungoma. In Trans Nzoia, for example, in Saboti constituency, the ODM party won a seat. But they are saying that in Bungoma, Trans Nzoia, let's reserve that for Moses Wetangula. That condition is tough. Then the worst condition they are setting is that ODM party should not sponsor a candidate in Vihiga County. While the governor for Vihiga, as we speak today, is an ODM governor. The member of parliament for Luanda is an ODM MP. When Mudavadi contested against Raila Odinga in 2013, Raila Odinga still managed to win several seats there. But they are telling Raila, for Vihiga, leave it to Mudavadi. Then they are going to Kakamega. And then they are saying, Kakamega, leave it to either Weta and Mudavadi. The governor for Kakamega is ODM. There's a member of parliament in Kakamega. Of course, ODM lost majority of members of parliament in Kakamega County because of the botched party nominations. I don't think ODM will cede grounds, in my view, to let ANC party run the show in Kakamega. And then they are saying in Busia, you leave Busia to Mudavadi. Busia is ODM, the governor is ODM, the senator is ODM, the women rep is ODM. Majority of members of parliament are ODM. Majority of MCs are ODM. When Mudavadi contested against Raila Odinga in 2013, Raila Odinga emerged victorious in Busia. So those conditions cannot work. But they're interested in those zonings because they believe that by zoning and by ODM not running or sponsoring candidates, then they stand a chance of winning those seats. And if they win those seats, then they'll qualify for the political party's funds. That's the only motivating factor. If I were Raila Odinga, those conditions, apart from Ukambani, maybe Bungoma, you should not accept. That's the first thing. The first condition they're saying is that Raila Odinga should actually join them as equal partner. That's laughable. Why? There's no way Raila Odinga can be equal to Moses Wetangula. There is no way Raila Odinga can be equal to Musalia Mudavadi. And there is no way Raila Odinga can be equal to Kalonzo Musyoka. Even if they were to, all of them were to run, one of them will emerge victorious. And why are they putting that condition? They're putting that condition to disadvantage Raila Odinga when they sit on a table to negotiate. Why should Raila Odinga and his party be equal to Ford Kenya? They're arguing that because Raila Odinga was a presidential candidate, the ODM party was attractive more to aspirants. And that's why ODM won. But that's not the truth. The truth is Ford Kenya is a Bungoma-based political party with some national appeal. So there's no way Weta can be equal to Raila Odinga. It can't happen. But they're saying that Raila Odinga should come to them, join One Kenya Alliance movement as equal partners. In fact, in one of my videos, the moment these guys announced the formation of One Kenya Alliance movement, I stated that what they were trying to do was to form a political party, a coalition. Then they'll use that coalition to allow Raila Odinga to join. Then Raila Odinga will join as a vulnerable person from a disadvantaged position. There is no way that condition can be met. And if that condition can be met, then they'll be lied to. So that's number two. The third condition they are saying is that Raila Odinga should join them, but on one condition, that he's going to support one of them for the presidency. I don't have a problem with Raila Odinga supporting Kalonzo, supporting Weta or Musalia Mudavadi for the presidency. But that cannot be a condition. Raila Odinga is someone who has contested for the presidency of this country severally. He has won, he has support. You know, the difference between Raila, Ruto, and these other guys is that Raila has perceived support. He's contested before, he's received votes. Ruto, for example, in this country today is traversing the entire country, looking for votes. The other core principles are there. They're waiting to be endorsed. How can Raila Odinga decide just to back one of them? Of course, I'm not saying he can't back them. He can decide to back them. But they must give a clear reason why Raila should back one of them. But I don't think that that's going to be a condition. ODM party has already made its declaration that they're going to sponsor a presidential candidate. So far in ODM party, there are two people who are keen on the presidency, Joho and Oparanya. But Joho and Oparanya have paved ways for Raila Odinga. But there is also the emergence of Jimmy Wanjigi. So how do you then tell these people that your presidential candidate is going to join One Kenya Alliance as equal partner, and then after joining it as equal partner, then he must support one of them for the presidency? That condition cannot be met. The fourth condition they're saying is Nairobi. They also want Nairobi to be zoned. A place like Westlands, they want it to be zoned for ANC. A place like Dagoretti North, they want it to be zoned for ANC. They want Embakasi South zoned for Wiper. And I think one constituency somewhere for the Kenya. Even the governor, if ODM is going to produce a governor, a gubernatorial candidate, then they produce a running mate and a women rep and a senator. That condition can work perfectly well, but not under the terms they are putting it. Raila Odinga has a presence which has built over the years in Nairobi. He can decide that there's a serious Ford Kenya candidate for the Senate and support, but not as a condition for joining this alliance. If Raila Odinga were to do that, in my view, that would be one of the grave mistakes, political mistakes, he will ever commit. And lastly, they're also saying that ODM party must give them their rights, which is political parties funding. But on this, sometimes I agree with them, And sometimes people tell me that I should not agree with them on this. I agree with them because these guys supported Raila Odinga. Even if Raila Odinga or the political party's funds, they are not qualified for, there's nothing which stops Raila Odinga from removing 50 million to give to Kalonzo to run his party. Because between 2013 and 2017, and 2017 actually, Wiper, Ford Kenya were both being run from ODM party. Nothing stops Raila Odinga from doing that. But it cannot be a condition. If they want to get political parties funds, then they should do what they're trying to do. Set very tough conditions for Raila Odinga. Let Raila Odinga accept those terms. Raila Odinga support them. Then when we go for the election, then in 2022, if they meet the conditions, then they'll get the political parties funds. I don't know what you think, but personally, I don't think those conditions will be met by Raila Odinga. Thank you guys. Tomorrow I'll be in Siaya again. And those who are in Siaya, we can have tea around 10. Just call me. I know Hindi Gardens. I know, I actually worked in Siaya for some time. Close to 6 good years in Siaya. So Siaya is actually my second home. So I'll be there. So tukutane huko. Just drop me your pin. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.